Hi guys, I'm Marley Silva and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I thought it'd be fun to do like a little bit of a chit chat, get ready with me. Nothing serious, no product shots, just chill, sit with me in my crazy light den and let's get ready. I feel like 2020 has been like a little crazy for everybody. Like honestly, everyone I talk to and even like working and stuff, it just feels like crazy. Like it's just, I've never seen so many bad things go wrong in 1 year. So I feel like as you get older, a lot of people expect you to not like dim your light, but like definitely tone what you say and, you know, change who you are to like fit in and, you know, fit into a work environment. And I've never been like that my entire life. Like I'd be in high school and I would never care if I fit in or not because I knew who I was and I knew like how much I had to offer, and it never had anything to do with pretending to be fake or never being like authentically who I am. So whenever I go into like environments where like people expect you to like be quiet or like be a certain type of way, I have an issue with that just because like if you know me, like no one dims my shine. Like no one. Like of course, yes, I'll be respectful and I am always open to learning and stuff, but like I will never change who I am for anyone, whether that includes a paycheck or not. I am always 100% authentically myself, and that's a quality that I've loved about myself. As for like making an honest mistake, like knowing you're not going out to look for a fight and people still take that advantage to like just drill you, that's on you. That sounds like a you problem. And honestly, I'm just so happy I'm not that kind of person. But anyway, on a lighter note, I just did my nails and I'm honestly obsessed with them. It's like this super pretty gold. I'm like already ready for New Year's. I'm like, I just want this year to be over, honestly. This fall, I've been absolutely obsessed with brewing. Like I'll brew like 10 cups of coffee in a coffee machine, and then I'll put it in this huge glass jar I got from Winners, and I'll just stick it in the fridge. And then in the morning, I'll just like get a cup. I'll fill the cup up with cold coffee, cold brew, whatever you want to call it. I'll just add some ice, and I'll add, my favorite personally is hazelnut coffee creamer. I don't know how to explain it. Like it adds sweetness to your iced coffee without it being like just like completely black. I've really been obsessed with those. Honestly, I love iced coffee so much. It's so good, and I just feel like it gives me the caffeine I need to like start the day. Plus, what I love about the fall like cold weather is that I can start wearing like my favorite pairs of jeans, my Blundstones, and like cute scarves. And like I just got this new fall jacket. I have like these, they call them garbage mitts, but as a kid they never called them garbage mitts, like ever. They always called them like, I don't know, like hockey mitts. Like not like hockey mitts, but like they're like leather. I never called them garbage mitts as a kid. We always called them just like, I don't know, mitts. Like we never called them that. But when I went to buy them at Cabela's, that's what they were called. So, and I absolutely love them. They keep your hands so warm. They're so worth the investment. But I feel like a lot of people ask me, like friends or like coworkers or just like people that I'm acquainted with will ask me and they'll be like, Marley, why do you vlog? Like why do you post videos? Like why do you post content if you're like not famous? Like what's the point of posting it if like millions of people aren't watching? And I always think that that question is like funny because, and I never really know how to answer it because for me, and like if you know me, filmmaking and photography and anything to do with a camera has always been such a passion for me, and like it's never been about the numbers. I could post a video and get 100 views and I would not care. It used to impact me when I was a kid. I'd be like, oh my god, like, you know, I'm not as big as like these other channels. And like, of course, like everyone thinks about numbers. It's a way of life. Like that's just how it is. Like people are always comparing themselves to other people. But for me, it was never about the numbers. It was never about any of that. It was about being able to look back from now to a year ago and being like, wow, that's where I was at. And I've grown so much since then. So I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I never know how to answer that question just because it's like, I do it because it makes me happy. It's something that I love. If people want to watch and join in on my life process and like my video autobiography, I'm so down for it. If you think it's weird and you think that like I'm never going to be anything and that's all it's about, good for you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Anyway, I've been so obsessed with liquid lips this fall. I feel like I literally have probably like 12 and they're all Anastasia. I'm just obsessed with her liquid lips. Like I never used to wear like lips. I would wear lipstick, but I wouldn't wear like anything more than like a tinted lip gloss. This is by Becca, by the way. It's so good. But then I like wanted to try liquid lips and my friend was like Caitlin, shout out to you. She's obsessed with them. And like I was like, oh my god, I want to try them. Like I feel like if they look so good on her, like they'd look good on me. At first I was so bad. Like it's like when you first do your gel nails. It's like you literally paint everywhere but your nail and then you're like, but it's totally like a learning curve and like I'm obsessed with them. Like for fall they're just so pretty to have like a dark bold lip. Feeling like a really fall moody look today, so I just keep putting on makeup and I never stop. I don't know how long this video will be. I also just got 2 yoga mats. I feel like I've been complaining and like about them for like all summer. And my brother actually let me borrow 2 of his. He gave me 2 of these yoga mats. I think one's my mom's actually. And the other day, like I recently, do I even want to get into this story? I mean, I guess since I brought it up, I kind of have to. Anyway, so when I was with my friends, I sprained my ankle at Van Gogh. I was wearing heels and I came off the deck and I was stepping into the grass and my whole body went under the weight of my foot and I sprained my ankle and it was actually really bad. I didn't believe how bad it was until like I couldn't get up. Like I was sitting down and I was like, oh, I can like walk it off, you know? And then I like tried to walk it off and like I could not lift my foot. So one of my good friends literally had to like lift me. But anyway, so I sprained my ankle and then like a couple weeks later, I bruised my tailbone. So like moving was just like so excruciatingly painful. If you know me, like I'm pretty good with pain. Like I definitely feel pain, but like I don't, like I heal pretty quickly. So funny. So the other day I pulled out the yoga mats that Michael let me use. It just like stretched and just like did a little bit to like kind of get into the winter groove. During the winter and like last winter when it was during quarantine, I worked out so much. I worked out like every single day. And if I didn't work out on a certain day, I'd be like going outside and going for a walk. Like I was always out and doing something. Oh my god. So I can like sit on the mats and like work out and like use the weights to do certain stuff. So I'm super excited to like get fit this winter and just like really focus on my core and like my mental health and my body and then kill it next summer. I was actually thinking of doing like an in-home quarantine workout video. So once I like start getting back into my routine and like get stretched out and like start getting comfortable with like my routine, I'm definitely gonna post that. So let's talk about like good shows. I watched Ratched, which literally basically this girl and her brother get like estranged and then she starts working at like a mental hospital and he's like in the hospital. And that's all I'll tell you. It's so good. I watched it with my brother. The next one I would recommend is called Haunted or The Haunting. And it is a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually still watching it right now. The editing and the color grading and like the angles are just so well done and it's so good to watch. And the actors are like amazing. The next one I actually watched with one of my good friends and it is called Rebecca and it's basically set, I think it's set in the 1940s. You guys can maybe correct me in the comments, but it looks like 1940s, like with the cars and stuff. But when I watched a movie like that before, my dad was like, yeah, that's set in the 1940s. You can tell by the cars. And it's a love story and like I don't want to like it has a dark side though. Like it's not just like, oh, lovey-dovey. Like his ex-wife is like haunting the mansion or something. So it's so good. I literally watched it and I like was obsessed. Again, the camera work is so good. The editing and color correction is just like, it just makes you want to watch more. And I love movies like that. I've also been obsessed. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually do my own gel nails. I honestly have probably saved close to $5,000. I have a whole video coming on it. I'll link it below if it's up before this one. Yes, it's a lot of work, but like what in life is not work? In fall, like I've been obsessed with doing like plums and taupes and browns and glitters. I love being creative, so anything that like is artistic or like involves color, anything, I just love so much. I live on my own, like I said earlier in this video. How you live and like how clean your place is like a reflection on how you feel on the inside. If you live in a mess, you're gonna feel like a mess. If you live in a clean spot, you're gonna feel like refreshed and clean and stuff. So I definitely like living in a clean environment. It just makes me feel better. It makes me, I feel like I sleep better. It makes me more motivated. There's also nothing I love more than like putting on a vinyl record when cleaning or cooking or dancing around my apartment, putting laundry away. feel like it just like gets me in such a good mood, and I love the way records sound. I think I heard my very first vinyl record when I was in elementary school. That was the very first time I ever heard vinyl on my dad's record player that my mom got him for Christmas. He was playing it like one night. It just sounded so beautiful. Like I remember listening to it and I was just like, oh my god, I need that. When I got into high school, it was cool if you could like listen to like really good like acoustic or like alternative or like indie folk albums on like vinyl, because it just sounded so much better. And like my dad used to have like these old huge big speakers, and I just remember like being so obsessed. I also, if you know me, love a good cup of tea in the fall and winter. Same with candles. I feel like they just like set the mood. Like I feel like everything I love, it's like wine, candles. I've always been like a romantic at heart. I've always been like a hopeless romantic, so I'm definitely like not surprised by how much I love a lot of like older things, or just appreciate like simple things really. As a kid, we had a pop-up trailer, like the ones that you crank, and it was like a tent. And I just remember like seeing how much joy my mom had like getting out of the city, and like my dad cooking and stuff, and just like we didn't have the best trailer. Like we didn't have, you know, the metal tin roof one that my cousins had. We didn't have like the jet skis in the cabin, but we had family. And we had like each other, and we had like what we had, and it was just like, don't get me wrong, we had a lot. Like I was really lucky growing up, you know, making comparisons like everyone does, which I think is healthy to a certain extent. I don't know, it just like it just makes me so happy to like, I'll always like remember that and cherish that. And when I have kids one day, I definitely want to teach them that too. I could have all the money in the world and my kids will still be raised to respect everyone, to appreciate the value of a dollar, to work hard, and to never take anything for granted. Okay, a mascara and a liquid lip, and I think we're done. I'm gonna do the mascara and liquid lip off camera just because I have to get closer to the mirror, and I said so. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed chit-chatting and getting ready with me. As always, all my social media is linked down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.